Chrollo, aka the HNIC of the Phantom Troop. One of the best written and most well-designed characters in all of Hunter x Hunter. Whenever we see the big homie on screen, whether it's in a flashback or something he's currently doing in the story, we're locking in. Because even when he's up to no good, it's guaranteed to be a masterpiece. Speaking of his design, I find Chrollo's design to be one of the more purposeful designs in all of Hunter x Hunter. From the quiet, cold, delicate, and boyish demeanor from his facial features and hair and things like that, it's very well complemented by the extravagance of the trademark jacket we always see him wearing. But there's one part of his design that I was always really curious about. What's up with the cross on his forehead? Hunter x Hunter is no stranger to religious symbolism, and it kind of got me thinking about the reasons and where he could have gotten the cross that we always see him sporting on his head. Just to preface, this video is going to be completely speculation based, pure headcanon, because there is no in-universe explanation as to where he got the cross tattoo from, how he got it, or his reasons for having it in the first place. Now, we see Chrollo at multiple points of his life in the story. We see him as a very young child. We see him as a younger man. This could be possibly when he was a teenager, maybe. Or maybe in his very late teens, 19, 20, something like that. And of course, we see him at his current age in the story. And he clearly did not have this cross at every stage in his life. Meaning that at some point between his childhood and possibly as a late teen to young adult, he obtained this cross tattoo on his head. Now, it could be here. We do see in the 2011 version and the 1999 version of Hunter x Hunter, this scene of him addressing the early founding members of the Phantom Troop. And in this scene, in both versions, his hair is covering his forehead. So we don't know for sure whether or not he had it during this phase in his life. Normally, whenever he's out in public, we see him sporting his suit, and he has his cross tattoo covered up because it is like a very defining mark. Like if you see this thing out in public, you're going to know that it's him. And it took me a while to think of when he could have possibly have gotten the cross. But here's where my headcanon, here's where my theory comes in. I think he could have gotten the cross around the same time he met up with the Elder of Meteor City and obtained the Sun and Moon ability. Now, the Sun and Moon ability was used by the Elder of Meteor City, and by placing the marks onto a person, they would essentially make them into like a walking grenade to deter any thieves, aggressors, anyone who would bring harm to the people of Meteor City. Now, the reason why I connect the cross to the Sun and Moon is because the Sun and the Moon can be connected to gods in different mythologies. And then, of course, the cross itself is a religious symbol. The idea of sending people to give their life for the prosperity of Meteor City, I feel like could be easily connected to some sort of, I guess, like religious ideology. Perhaps even the Elder could have thought that this ability could have been granted to them by some sort of divine force or entity. Very little is known about the Elder of Meteor City. Like, nothing is known about the Elder of Meteor City. So again, this is all like theory, headcanon type stuff. As to how this connects to Chrollo and the cross, you know, if you know anything about Chrollo or the skill hunter, he can't just look at people's abilities or do something really simple to obtain these abilities and place them in his book. He has to jump through quite a few hoops in order to use these abilities. Of course, Meteor City being the place where Chrollo was born and raised, it could have been a thing where Chrollo spent quite a bit of time around the Elder of Meteor City and perhaps somewhere down the line obtained this ability as well as possibly the cross on his head. Again, this is just all like speculation. But it's such a prominent part of his design that I feel like there has to be some sort of explanation for it. We're not done with the Phantom Troop in the story, so perhaps there is still opportunity to explore more of Chrollo's past and the past of the Phantom Troop, and maybe even finally get answers on the cross, but who knows. If you got to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I can't wait to see more Chrollo in the story, because Chrollo is crashing, and crashing in like the greatest way possible.